Hello, this is me, Pigs, or Mike, Michael. Yeah. So today, instead of having a lovely speed paint like I normally do, because that takes too much effort, and this is better to do what I'm doing, I wanted to talk about the animations I made for Frank. Frank is a project I've been working on with my buddy Tinix, Tyler, all those. We have a channel called T and Me, and that's the main stuff. You know, this is episode 3. I'm gonna continue to say everything that I have to. But so this is, I'll show you right here. This is the spider animation. I call it spider, but it's not really a spider. 3 legs, yes. I know that a spider has 4, but it's not even really a spider. It's kind of it has hands and stuff. It's just an interesting creature I made. We're gonna try to make a lot of original creatures and stuff. So we just call it a spider, but it's more of a like a cow than a spider, I'd say. So how did I make this animation? Let me actually explain what they're for. So you have this one. This is a spider. It's gonna be chasing you. Wow. And then, you know what, actually, I kind of like that color. It's going to be chasing, Ty and Mike in this game. We have other projects with those characters, but this is the Mike running animation. I'll get into all these things later. I'm just going to show everything. And here's the Ty jump or run. I'll show the jumps when I talk about it. That's pretty much the game in a sense. It's like a jumping game, and it's gonna be 2-player, which hopefully it's gonna be 2-player. We'll see how hard it is. But let me show you how I started. So I started with, actually, I don't have it. Okay, so I started with a picture or something. There. So here's the sketch of it, just the body, and you might notice that that's interesting. These lines are different. Why are they different? So I didn't know how to animate on this software when I started this. And what I did, big brain, there's a thing called an onion skin right here. Basically, you draw something on this frame, you see it on the next, so you can trace over it exactly. Wow, that's not tedious or not how you animate at all. And wow, look at that. And yes, that's important for frame by frame, and I'm not discounting that. But when you're making a looping animation like this, where all I wanted was this to pretty much be still, it it doesn't make life easier. I'll put in the legs now too. Legs I obviously had to go in even the legs I could probably have tweened, but for this animation I would have had to go frame by frame to get this of it, and then one tongue too actually. So here it is. This was the initial sketch, and I drew all those frames, and I knew there was probably a way of doing it faster, easier, but also I really like the look you get in animation when every frame is different. It does add a certain look rather than a picture that doesn't move, but it is a lot of work. This probably took almost a month to make because I had to then I had to redo the legs too, because I'm like, those aren't solid enough. But that was just the idea of the running. So then there's this, and then I did the line art for only a bit of it because it got weird. But here's the full line art, and this is drawn individually too. All of these are different drawings, and that's, you can even see with the onion skin. If I can okay. So pretty much I had to trace this, and then put it where it fit on this point. So I had to like trace it, then move it over there. It was not fun at all, and I don't suggest you follow that process. And the coloring was pretty easy, actually. all things considered with that. You actually, I think, would have had to go individually and color it, but put a little shading in the back. And then yeah, here's the full animation. Pretty awful to do. You can see the teeth are kind of interesting, but it looks pretty good, I think. And I really like the look you'll get now, because it's frame by frame. Yes, fun. This tongue here too was pretty cool to do. I just took a gradient here. I took this tool right here so I could select just it, and then did this for every frame to add that effect. And I think that effect is a nice little touch. Doesn't really do much. So that was the spider. This was the first animation I did. First animation I really did on this software too, funny enough. And first real animation I'd say I've done in a long time. I've obviously done joke ones, but I took a break from that because I wanted to get better at art. So yeah, this is it, and then I will show the time. So actually no, this one's later. We'll show this one first. And then these are all the layers, right? And these are all the frame by frame. So I did a similar strategy with this one. Obviously it's not the spider, so it's a little easier, but there's some neat stuff. So we'll do the sketch. So yeah, I didn't fully line it pretty much for the sketch, which made this one easier to do. I color code the limbs and stuff because they cross over, and it just makes it easier to see. I'd suggest if you're doing something similar, do that. Trust me, it looks awful like this, but it'd be so much worse if it was all gray, because this would just, okay, wow, I understand what's going on at that point. I still looks disgusting, but at least I can be like, well, this is this arm. It's still not fun to do, to say the least. This is the reference image, by the way, of Mike and Ty. Tyler, or Tinix, drew this. Yes, Tyler, not Ty. Very different people. Not Michael, it's Mike. Crazy. But so there's that. I'll show. Then I did line art like this. I don't know why that's like that. Is that meant to be like that? I guess interesting. Okay, maybe I just had dark the whole time. And so for this I did it again the same way as the spider. These are all different. You can really tell with this. I tried to keep it similar, but again I used the little onion skin there. I think this is so you can differentiate, but that's odd. So I only made 7 frames for the bandana actually, so it's just this, which made my life easier, and then copied the frame. So it's, and actually another interesting thing I had to do, this frame, look, he moves. The bandana had to move, so I had to redraw these. I think they're actually different. If you compare them, they're kind of different. I think 3 especially. Maybe not. Yeah, they're different drawings. It's hard to tell, but these are all different drawings, and I had to move them just because it was not how I liked it. So that wasn't very cash money. But it turned out not too bad. And I will put in the face now. Face is obviously important. When I first did it, I didn't have the face. I'm like, this looks shit, but when you have the face, it definitely helps. And then there's the full animation. I guess that's just to show the leg behind. That's fair. It's been a while. This one took a while too. This one probably took 2 weeks to do. And then I figured out something amazing you can do. There's these things. Now it looks way grosser, and I'm probably still doing things wrong, but I'm learning all the time. And it's just how I did this. But these are all tweens, and this took, when I started doing it like this, actually in the beginning, let's do that. Get rid of that too. So I actually, in the beginning of this, I did it like that. and I did it for only 3 frames, so I figured it out. Basically, if I get rid of that, and I can go here. Why is just the foot showing? There we go. I could take this drawing, and then if you have, I think it's this button, you have to turn this on, and then you can move this. I know it's incredible. I have another thing on, but, and then I did that same thing with, here's the hand, with all the limbs. And then all I had to do for the line art was the legs, and it made life a lot easier. It did have a problem with this because you can't erase these lines with this because it's just the one drawing you're editing. But I colored over, and it you know, it's probably not what you do, but it's what I did, and it worked. So this one was a lot quicker. It still took almost like a, first I had it set up, this took a long time, and then once I started doing it like this, it went by fast. And then I started knowing what I'm doing, so I did this one, and a little more organized, I guess. I think this is actually pretty cool if I have the OG sketch. I won't. So here's the sketch. Did the leg thing again. Want to keep this clean. I actually, what I did to get it is I just copied the proportions because I wanted it to be exact, right? Because it's a model for a game, and I had to move all these drawings down, which is so sad. You can't see the beauty in this animation. That bandana there looks awesome. You can't see it here, but it jumps so fluidly. I was so proud when I made, and it was quite quick to do it this way. This one took like I think a day maybe. So that's what it's supposed to look like. Obviously I had to move it down because it's a game model for when they jump. So it looks a little interesting, but it really looked cool. The bandana, I think I kind of put good weight behind it. And then it was just the tie jump. And this one looks janky too, but pretty much same thing. That's his sketch. Did I not show that? Yeah, we'll keep the face. Yeah, I made a little box. Also, sometimes if I wanted to keep them in the same area. There he is. All his glory. Lengthy boy. And then, yeah, so that's the jump. And pretty gamering, if I say so myself. So the next thing I'm working on, I might as well show it. Oh, yeah. That might help. So this is the next thing I'm working on. I'm trying to draw an exterior 1-point perspective. I wonder where the point is. And then I'll draw an interior, which I'm thinking of doing a dungeon. And then I will do a 2-point, same thing, interior, exterior. Then a 3-point, which I've never done a 3-point. And then I'll talk about those drawings because I want to practice this. There is another thing I might go behind the curtains with. That is the animated short I'm working on. But when that's done. And I'll probably do it like this. So yeah. You know, feel free to, you know, I'll keep it on this dumb. Feel free to subscribe or like. Check out T and Me if you aren't subscribed, because that's the main thing, which you probably are. And this is just me logging my art stuff. And if anybody gets anything from it, that'd be dope.